Good morning. Oh, yeah. All right. I am out and about, heading my big old butt to work. But while I'm on my way to work, white people. Yeah, I'm about to go in on you again. Yeah, my hair is a mess. Yeah, shut up. White people, we need to have a talk. Y'all need to stop. This whole superiority complex that the white race tends to have needs to stop. The events of the last couple days have just revealed that yet again nothing has changed, and that we need to grow up and stop seeing people as threats and see them as our brothers and sisters. This foolishness has to stop. And if you're not sure what I'm talking about, Ahmaud Arbery, the man who got the cops called on him in Central Park for asking a lady to leash her dog, and then the gentleman who died at the hands of Minneapolis police. So, surprise, surprise. As the saying goes, no matter how things change, they always stay the same. So, Ahmaud Arbery, most of us by now know what the hell happened there. The only surprise thing that wound up happening is a person who videotaped it wound up being arrested himself. If you are not familiar, I'm going to go over just very briefly. A man goes jogging. He stops by a construction site where they're building a house. Takes a look inside. Leaves. During the course of that day, according to reports and the people who are doing the construction on that facility, according to the cameras, no less than about a dozen people walked up, took a look, and left. Nobody stole anything. There were no calls to the police, no nothing. Now, 3 people, a former district attorney's investigator, his son, and I don't know for the life of me who the hell this person videotaped it. They hunted Ahmaud Arbery down, cornered him at a street, and then gunned him down. Ahmaud Arbery, unarmed, had no chance. That happened in February. It wasn't until later on in April, that they were even arrested, when the videotape came out. Police lied to the Arbery family. Police chose not to investigate purposefully. And they left it alone. Now, thankfully, everybody involved got arrested. Now, I hope the family sues the pants off of all those officers and that police department, including the district attorney's office, who initially declined to go and even look into the case. Then, day before yesterday, we had Ultimate Karen. She's in the Central Park in New York, in one of their dog parks. And by all reports, in this particular dog park, you have to have a leash on your dog. Okay, reasonable request. Should be easily done. If you're a responsible dog owner, you obey all the rules. If you're simple enough. What wound up happening? Mr. Cooper, a man who, an Ivy League grad, a member of the Audubon Society, an avid bird watcher, who's in the park doing this bird watching thing. Not harming nobody, not doing nothing. He asked this lady, "Hey, do you mind putting a leash on your dog?" What was this white lady's response? Now, if you haven't seen the video, go watch the video. But she tried to play the victim. She threatened to call the cops on him, telling him exactly what she was going to do. As far as telling, he's threatening her, this, that, and the other, to get the cops to come down here and come get him. And then she does it. She puts on a show for the 911 dispatcher. Puts on a show. Now, thankfully, both parties were gone by the time the police arrived there. And then yesterday, we get that video. What is it, about a 7-8 minute long video? Maybe longer? Minneapolis PD. They respond. Forgive me. They respond to a call from a bank or what have you, somewhere in Minneapolis, of a potential bank forgery or something wrong with a check. Don't know exactly what it was. And the police respond with deadly force. 4 officers. One of them has this man pinned down onto the ground with his knee into the side of his throat, looking like going as far down, using as much force, it looks like it's starting to crush his windpipe. His carotid arteries right there. This man is complaining, "I can't breathe. My chest hurts. My stomach hurts." Minute after minute after minute. He has this man. From as much of the videos I could stomach, I only could be able to stomach about 5 minutes worth. The entire time, that man has his knee in that throat. Oh, sorry, sinuses. Right in the throat. And not letting up. This man is crying out, "Please don't kill me." Obviously in medical distress. You see one of the officers just walking, just right there, just looking, sitting like, not stopping it. That man is later rushed to the hospital, far too late. And he dies. He didn't need to die. 'Cause 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 ' that deadly, excessive force did not need to happen. There is no crime that man could have committed that could have warranted that. Why is he on the ground for that long? Why is your knee in his throat? Chokeholds are forbidden. That was a chokehold. Chokehold did not need to be done with arms. It could be done with your freaking legs. This guy did it with his knee on crushing that man's windpipe. Begging, do not kill me. That particular officer, whose name I will not mention, as far as I'm concerned, he's a murderer. That officer has photos of himself on his social media page. Go look for it if you don't believe me. His hat, he's wearing a red hat. Make whites great again. During his time with the Minneapolis PD, according to the reports at this point, this is not his first excessive force case either. It's not the first time for him. He's got 3 other cases. 3 other instances where he did something similar to this. 3 other times where he pulled his weapon on an unarmed person of color. 3 other bodies. 3. Let that sink in for a minute there. Why? Why does this need to always happen? Why? I bet you if it was me that the officers are going ahead and trying to arrest, I wouldn't have been on that floor. They wouldn't have kept me on that floor with their knee in my throat. If it was me telling Karen, hey, you need to put a leash on that dang dog, you think I was going to get that reaction she got? No. She may have mouthed off to me. But you think she was going to go ahead and call the cops? Lying on me, telling them I was threatening her? No. Why? People, white people, stop it. Get over yourselves. Stop being afraid of people you don't know. Just because you see a black man ride around there does not mean he's scary. Black men are not scary. They are people. If you're scared, if you see a black man coming your way, you don't know who the hell he is, and you're just instantly scared because his pants sags a little bit. Maybe he's got a do-rag on, maybe he doesn't. Maybe he's got a business suit on. Maybe he doesn't. But if you're scared of a black man, no matter how the way he looks, just because, the problem is not that man. The problem is you. If you can't even say the word black, you have to spell it out, B-L-A-C-K, and then you have to whisper it while saying it, the problem is you. The problem is not the other man, person of color. It's you. If you were an officer and when you see a white man, you don't really see a threat, but you go to a black man and you just automatically, All right, I gotta put my knee in his throat. I gotta go and put 10 bullets in his back as he's running away. Or, oh my God, that's a little kid. Even though I see that's a toy gun, it's got an orange tip. I'm gonna shoot that kid too. If this is you, you're an officer, resign. If you see anything that was okay with that, you need to resign. If you have a problem with Colin Kaepernick or anybody in any sport kneeling at the national anthem, but don't have a problem with that officer kneeling on that man's neck, killing him, you are the problem. People, we need to get our heads out of our ass. Simple. It needs to stop. It's white people. Our brothers and sisters are dying out there. Our brothers and sisters of color are dying out there. Stop calling out the police on people when it doesn't need to be. Stop trying to lie to get the police out there to go do something to that person. Because yesterday's video, Minneapolis PD, and what they did is a perfect example of why. You see a black person sleeping in their own apartment building. Stop calling the cops on them. They're in the library. Don't call the cops. But they're barbecuing in a place I wanted to barbecue. Don't call the cops. It's bad enough the police are killing these people at an alarming rate. For no reason. Give you another instance. This has happened now twice. Forget which city this happened in originally, but one was in her own apartment building. Not her apartment, her own house. Police are on some sort of raid, looking for some sort of suspect. They got the wrong place. They go around. There's an officer. He's at this woman's window. She's washing dishes, doing something in the window. He doesn't identify himself, nothing. What does he do? This white officer raises his gun and fires into this house where this woman of color is living and kills her dead. Another one that happened last month. The police, I forget which city this is, go and look this one up. Yet again, they are at the wrong house. They are looking for something. They have a warrant for somebody's arrest. Now, keep in mind, they already have this person in custody. Already have him in custody. But they still go raid this house looking for this guy. They raid this couple's house. They break in. They don't identify themselves. Not one bit. And they start shooting. They kill the wife, dead. And the man, who's a lawful gun owner, fires back. Pulls his weapon. Starts firing back. He doesn't, I think he hit one or two of the officers. These officers didn't identify themselves. For all this guy knew, these people were breaking into his house. He's defending his house. They kill his wife. And guess what? He gets charged with attempted murder on a police officer. White people, we need to stand up for our brothers and sisters. Stop calling the cops on them when they don't need it, when it doesn't need to happen, when it doesn't warrant it. Just stop. Because it's getting disgusting. No, it's not getting disgusting. It's been disgusting. And for whatever reason, it still keeps happening. We still keep doing it. And their blood is being spilt. Over and over and over again. It just keeps happening. White people, we need to wake up. We need to realize that there is a certain privilege that we tend to have. There are certain discussions with our young that we don't have, that if you're a person of color, you do have with your children. We don't have to worry about being pulled over by the police just because of... We don't have to worry about a Karen calling the cops on me because I barbecued. I ain't gotta worry. But if you're not white, you have to worry. And the biggest example of white privilege we've seen right before our eyes the last couple weeks in Michigan and Minnesota. People going to the state houses, fully armed, AR-15s, flak jackets, body armor, and in a couple of photos I've seen a couple of rocket launchers. Rocket launchers are illegal, doesn't matter what state you're in. Going, not being stopped by the police. Not being arrested. Just standing in line. While all these Trump supporters, all these white people yelling at them, screaming at them in their face. Calling them every name in the book. Why? I can't get my hair done. I can't get a lesson. I can't go get my hair cut. I can't get my nails done. I can't go gamble in Vegas. And then last night in Minneapolis, a peaceful protest of unarmed protesters. What happens there? Tear gas, riot gear, tanks, a militarized police force coming out and meeting them head on and instigating action. The same police didn't do that with those armed white people. Nope, not a bit. Not one stinking bit. You know what happened? Those officers stayed in uniform and they kept their name tags on. White people with automatic rifles and rocket launchers. Just got the police to stand stoically, and they just took their mess. People of color protest another police killing of an unarmed person of color, and they get met with a fully militarized police. All within about a week's time. A week's time. This country has racism built into its spine, so to speak. And it's woven into the very fabric of what this country is, has been, and hopefully not too much longer will be. It's woven into the very fabric of this country. And it's literally killing people. It's been killing people. It needs to stop. White people, we need to wake the hell up. If you can't wake up from this, if this is fine with you, I don't care if you're family, blood or not, I will dismiss your ass. You'll be done. If you're a person of faith and you see all this mess happening, you see everything going on, and this is okay with you, there's a problem. You can't be a person of faith, see something like this and be like, it's okay. It doesn't work like that, because it's not okay. I will leave you guys with this one last phrase, and it's very poignant. We have to start sticking up for our brothers and sisters. It was ingrained in me by my first pastor growing up at Faith Tabernacle. It was ingrained in me with the pastor at the first church that I switched to, First Church South Bay. First, Pastor Lee Delahaye, Pastor W.D. Smith, Pastor Tim Smith, Pastor Hernandez, and both my parents. And if we all lived by this one phrase, it would be all a lot better. Society would be much, much better. I am my brother's keeper. Simple. My brother doesn't have to be white. It can be Native American, it can be black, it can be Mexican, it can be South American, it could be Eastern European, it could be Asian, it could be Australian. It doesn't matter where they're from. They could be purple with yellow polka dots. I am my brother's keeper. I am my sister's keeper. And behaviors like we've seen do not stand. Cannot stand. Will not stand. Well, I've arrived at work. I'm going to leave this for y'all to chew on. Have a good day. Be safe. Be good to each other. And for goodness sakes, wear a mask. Let's all keep each other safe. It's part of being my brother's keeper.